Hi, my name is Mesut from BuildMindBuildMuscle. Welcome to this video. In this video I'm going to talk about protein. What are they? What do they do? Why is it being used in sports? How protein powder is made? And what kind of protein powders are out there? So many questions, and the answers will come right after this.
Build mind, build muscle. Build mind, build muscle. Build mind, build muscle.
We're back from. I just didn't see. Well, proteins are big complex molecules. They do a lot of things in our body. They are essential to keep your body running healthy. Proteins exist of amino acids, 22 types which are commonly known, but of course there are a lot more. Proteins differ from one another primarily in the sequence of amino acids. And so the way these amino acids are set up in chains, also known as peptides, in the protein is what gives the protein molecule its unique function. More about amino acids and amino acid supplements will be discussed in a different video, or else this video will get way too long. First of all, they act as enzymes, and enzymes speed up and support chemical reactions in our body. Second, transport and storage. Transport, like transporting oxygen. They also act as a messenger. Think about hormones. Structural component. In other words, making gains. So as I mentioned before, one of the functions of proteins act as structural component. This also means repairing the micro tears, which happens, let's say, on a chest workout. But hold on. Don't we get protein from food? Yes, we definitely do. So that's why your diet has to be good first, and then you can think about supplement. So then again, why is it so popular in our sports? Well, there are quite a lot of reasons, and I'm gonna mention a couple of them. You know, in my opinion, one of the reasons why it's so popular is because of the convenience. It's very convenient to make a whey shake. You buy a whey tube, and you have the whey in it, you need a shaker, and the only thing you need is a fluid. It's also very convenient to take along everywhere. I mean, you don't have to heat it up, you don't have to chew it, you only have to take some fluid, put the whey in it, shake it, and you have a perfect cocktail that nourishes the body after a workout. And another thing is the quick absorbability. See, a protein shake is absorbed way quicker than if you chew on a chicken fillet. Another reason is the broad spectrum of amino acids. If you take whey protein, it has all the amino acids we need, and some food just don't contain it. So with a quick whey shake, you have all the amino acids you need. Another reason is, well, this one's almost the same as the first one, but it's easy to incorporate in your diet. And the last one that I'm going to mention is a very interesting one. There have been a lot of studies whereas in incorporating protein powder in your diet has proven to fight off some disease and to increase the immune system. So the most popular protein is whey protein, and whey protein derives from cheese production. Yep, you heard it correctly, cheese production. No weird crazy stuff that your uncle keeps warning you about. I know mine's did. So cheese production starts with milk, as everybody knows. To make cheese out of milk, they add a couple ingredients. And one of those ingredients are rennet. If you don't know what rennet is, Google it. So what rennet basically does, it coagulates in the milk and makes curds. So eventually you will get whey liquid and curds. So now the curds will be made in the cheese as we know. The whey liquid is being taken to a different factory, where it will be made into whey protein powder. And I'll explain you that in a bit more detail. So let's take this chart along. As I said before, the whey liquid, which is derived from the cheese making process, is being brought to a different factory. In this factory, they will process the whey liquid into whey protein. But first, it has to be filtered. Now let's take a closer look to the filtering process. If you look at the bottom, you will see the blue bars. Well, the blue bars refer to the different types of filtering processes. If you look at above it, you'll see the yellow bars, which means what items they will be taken out with the different filtering processes. So this is very interesting. Why? Because this is also how they make different types of whey proteins. So after all that, you still have the whey liquid and not the protein powder. The whey liquid will be transported to a dryer. They will remove the liquids And there you have it, your protein powder. Well, it's not quite finished yet, because after that they add all other things like flavor. So you can get a coconut shake or a Dutch apple pie. So now you know how whey protein powder is being made. Let's go on to the next subject. To get a clearer picture, you can divide the protein powders into two categories. One being the animal protein, so the protein that comes from milk, and the second is plant-based protein. So as you can see, animal protein, plant protein. Let's start with animal protein. One of the most popular whey protein is just normal whey protein. Now the reason this is so popular is because this one tastes the best. They can also make a lot of different flavors for the whey protein. The next one is micellar casein. Micellar casein is an interesting protein in comparison to whey protein. This protein is absorbed a lot slower, which results in a steadily absorption of protein. And then we have the whey hydrolysate. Hydrolyzed whey basically means that the protein has been broken down. Now let's get back on what proteins were. Proteins were big complex molecules that exist of chains of amino acids, those peptides. So with hydrolyzed whey, what happens is they break down those peptides in tri and dipeptides. This theoretically means that it's absorbed a lot quicker. However, there have been conflicting studies about that. Another downside of hydrolyzed whey is it doesn't taste as good as normal whey, and also it is quite expensive. But then again, the process of hydrolyzation can reduce the allergic potential of whey and milk protein due to removing the allergenic epitopes. And then the last one I'm going to talk about is whey isolate. Whey isolate goes further than normal whey protein. This protein powder has the most protein compared to any other protein on a gram for gram basis. It also has the least amount of fat and virtually no lactose. Okay, so now it's time for plant-based protein. Now, why is plant-based proteins interesting? I really advise you guys from the bottom of my heart to give plant-based proteins a go too. Incorporate them in your diet too. Why? The whey protein where we talked about. I did not mention, for a tube like this, hundreds and hundreds of liters of milk are required to make a tube of whey protein. Soy protein isolate is a complete protein. What do I mean with a complete protein? A complete protein has all the essential amino acids your body needs. Also, soy proteins aren't expensive to make. And then you have pea protein isolate. Pea protein isolate is marketed as an alternative for soy protein isolate. So pea protein also has the essential amino acids, however not as much and highly dosed as soy protein isolate. And then of course hemp protein and rice protein, which I'm not going to talk a lot about. Important for the vegans and vegetarians. Check the labels of the proteins you take in and make sure you get all the essential amino acids in. That was my video about protein. So if you enjoyed the video, if you learned something, if it was interesting, drop a like for me and subscribe, because I'll be making a lot more videos like this. See you later. Peace.